Um, Hello, this is a few minutes video I want to put into place so that you know what your task is all about. I'm aware that Tony has already he has taken you through some little bit of training today. Now, what you'll be doing is let me share my screen so that to make it very easy for you. Now, you will be working on these questions. I know what Tony has taken you through is math questions with automatic generation. That is the dynamic of numbers. But I want you to start with this very one. Now you will notice here that you have part one. There are about 5 parts in this question. That's part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, then part 5. I think I have about 3 of these. So it's a multiple choice question and it's something that is very straightforward. You just make sure that you follow the instruction and it should be okay. And if you have anything that is not clear, feel free to speak to Tony or send me a message. I'm sure he'll be able to support you accordingly. Now, this is the questions I mentioned. I'm going to go straight to the Talents and Careers website. That is where you will need to insert the question. Now, once I'm going to send you your registration details. From your home page, you can click home and you will see this folder that says non-verbal reasoning learning, non-verbal reasoning. Just click on the course. You have various tabs, next and cube, year 1 up the way to the 11 plus series. Now the 11 plus series, that's the one I wanted to work from. Now you'll notice here that I've created the quiz. I believe Tony has shown you how to create the quiz already. So, but for the purpose of just to make sure that you get it properly, I'm going to come here and click on create a new click, which you will do by clicking add an activity or resource. Then you go on to quiz, you go on to add. Now, the naming is very, very important. Now, I've done part 1. Let's have a look. That is practice 1. Sorry, this is test 1. Test 1, part 1, right? I've done that. So I want you to still be using this same document to use, which is test 1. You now start with part 2. So you're going to say this is test 1, part 2, right? Test 1, part 2. The next one you're going to create after is test 1, part 3. So if you scroll down, then timing. Timing is you click on enable timing. You make it 10 minutes. Just click on one there. Okay. And I think that's the major thing you need to do. Then the question behavior, which I believe you have also been told. By default, it is deferred feedback. You go and select that to immediate feedback, right? And you scroll down and click save and display. Immediately you do that, is going to tell you that the quiz has been created, test 1, part 2, but you have not added any question to it. So what you want to do next is to add questions straight to this quiz. And how do you do that? Just scroll down, right? You go on to question banks, questions. Now we need to select the category, which this category you are working on, the test 1, part 2. Then you now click create questions, right? Create a new questions. When you do that, we're going to make use of embedded close. Embedded close. I believe Tony showed you the formula. So use embedded close for a reason and click add. Right. Now, there are, if you look at the PDF question in part 2 you'll be working with, you have, I believe there are 12 questions to each part, right? So 12 questions. We're going to create the questions one after the other. Now, the first thing you want to do is to copy this instruction all the way from here, right? On the left, there are 3 shapes. The first 2 are separated by arrow and are related in different certain way. The third shape is related in the same way to one of the shapes on the right-hand side of the row. Select the shape and mark so select the shape and mark the letter on the answer sheet, because the students are not using answer sheet. I just call it up to here. And I'm going to paste that here. Number 1, I can say question 1, right? Use question 01 to make it easier for you. Then come inside here and paste the text, right? I normally prefer to look very not too long, so I can bring this one down. Select the correct option. Yeah. Full stop and press enter. Now, what you want to do next, because if you look at the question, they are all in form of like an image. So I believe you should be able to use what we call snipe. Either you are using a Mac or a window. I'm using Mac, so I'm just going to snipe this to select the question. I don't want you to click include question number 1. So I'm just going to take it from here. Select that. Right. You should be, that's it, I've sniped it. You have similar operations on Windows on the laptop you are using. So come down. You will now select this very one. Let me try and annotate it so that you can see clearly. Annotate, click on this very one. That's like an image. It allows you to upload an image or what you have just sniped on your PC, right? And if you do not see these buttons, everything here, if you don't see it showing, right? If you don't see all these things showing, what you simply want to do is to select this very one. I'm gonna highlight it, this very one, right? If you select it, it takes it off. You select it again, it brings it back. So I'll do that one more time. If you do not see or what this very one, just click on this first box and click it again, it's going to bring it back. So you now come to the image. Make sure that your cursor is at the bottom of the last text. Select on the image, then you click File, Upload, Find or Upload an image. You will find and upload an image. You click on Browse. I believe you should be able to do this easily without, then this is the image I've just done, I sniped, and I click Open, right? And you click Upload. Now, if you look at it here, it's kind of a bit too big. So you come under the appearance, right? And just change the settings to 600, let's say 640. Automatically, it should change the second one by itself. Once you have this constraint proportion ticked, right? Then you click on Insert and click OK. So here we have it. Okay. The next thing you need to do, press enter again, and you now say type the correct answer here. Right, type the correct answer here. I like to put like a full colon. Now you have the options A, B, C, D, and E. Now, if you come to the question and you scroll down to the bottom part, remember you are in part, that's part 2 that you are doing, part 2, right? So you just have question 1 on part 2. You scroll down to the bottom, you see all the answers are given here. So this is the part 1 and this is the part 2. So the option for the correct answer for question 1 of part 2 is C for Charlie. So you go back here and do curly bracket open, put number 1. That 1 is the mark scores attached to if the student answer it correctly. So if he answer it correctly, he's going to get 1. If he answer it incorrectly, he's going to get 0, right? Put a full colon, put SA. SA is telling you the type of answer that the system should need. In this case, is short answer, just like a letter, right? If you are dealing with one that involves putting an answer like a number, it's going to be NN for numerical, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, even 0. So since we are inserting a letter, you just put, just put short answer, then put another full colon, use the equal to sign. The correct answer here is C. So you put C and close the curly bracket back. So technically, I've just put in everything, and I'm going to bold this. I put in everything I need to be able to display the question to the student and for them to pick in the correct answer. So if you've done this, just scroll down and click Save Changes and continue editing. If there is no mistake to what you have done, that is, you put in everything correctly, you scroll down, you're going to see this preview button coming here. It wasn't there before. So if everything is right, you see the preview button, and if I click it, it's going to show me how the question will appear to the student. So type the correct option here. We say it is C. I put in here C. If I click on check, it marks it correct for me. Okay, let me do it again. If I put on D as incorrect, or maybe put Y, right, A, which is incorrect, I say check, it's incorrect, it's going to mark it as incorrect. So basically, that's what I need you to be doing. Now, I did mention that I don't want the line to be too long. So if you look at what you have here, you have the instruction, you have the full stop here, select the shape and the correct option. I'm going to bring this one down here, right? So I take that off quickly, and let's close that. So this way you have this, select, and that one, and you save. So that's basically what you are doing. So once you've done this, click save, you're going to have your the question number 1. The next thing you want to do is to do the same question number 2. And how do you do that? Click on, in fact, if you like, you can as well just copy this very one instead of starting all over again, because you have the first instruction inside as part of the 12 questions. So if you click on this, right, or just change this on to 002, right, and you scroll down, the instruction is the same. This will save you time for be typing everything all over again. What you need to do, click on this image and delete it, right, and go to the PDF file. You've done question number 1. Because I'm here, I just pick my answer to question number 2 is B. So I come here, change this one to B, right, and go back to the PDF file, go to the part 2, scrolling up. So that's part 1, this is part 2. We've done number 1, we want to do number 2. So I'm going to snipe it again, right, and come here, select all those, make sure that A, B, C are all selected, right, and that's a good size, I leave it. Then come here, make sure that your cursor is between, after select the shape, and come onto this image icon, click on it, find or upload an image, browse, then that's the one I've just done, open, upload, then appearance. Remember, this is too large, so just use 640. It's going to select the second part by itself, and click insert, click OK, and then you just save and continue editing. So it may give you a warning that something, don't worry, just if you have done this correctly, save and you preview, you have it there. So very easy and straightforward. Now, I expect that at least you should be able to, I'm going to be sending you your letter of what you're expected to do, but verbally, I expect you to take at least minimum of one every day, minimum of one. So that means you have, if I show you, you have how many questions here, depending on the, so this is part 1. There are about 5 parts, right? 5 parts. I don't see reason why you can't complete a whole one in a single day. All right, so that's about it. I'm going to be sending the link to you. If any problem, feel free to speak to me or call to me directly. All right, so I'll speak to you later. All right then, bye, bye, bye.